Hello, everyone. I am so excited for this special episode of Plug Into Devin. I have with us today gubernatorial candidate Chris Peterson, along with Lieutenant Governor candidate Karina Brown. They are amazing human beings. They are the Democratic nominees. There, a lot of attention's been paid to the Republican race in recent days, and I want to circle back with Chris and Karina, who've both been on the show previously, to talk a little bit about their race. Chris, let me start with you. It seems to me that there is a false narrative out there that a Democrat can't win in a statewide election in Utah. Why do you think that is false?
Well, Devin, first, thanks for having us. It's great to be here, and I'm so proud to be affiliated with you and on the same ticket as you, because you're a great guy, and what you're doing for our party means a lot. With respect to your question, we can win in Utah. How do I know? Well, look, we've already won. In Utah, we passed the Medicaid expansion initiative, medical marijuana, and a fair boundaries anti-gerrymandering ballot measure just in the last election. We're going to have a bigger turnout than ever this year with Donald Trump on the ballot weighing down Republicans. I think that we have a real chance to win this. What we need to do is start pulling together and act like we can win. And if we do, we can win.
Karina, what's your take? You've been at this for a while. You helped lead the Medicaid expansion. You saw that success. What's your take?
Well, what I see, Devin, is civic despair among voters, feeling like whatever they do or however they vote won't make a difference. But I'm here to tell you that what you do does make a difference. Our votes matter. Our votes count. Our votes do make a difference. And I could see that whole process unfold when I became a Medicaid expansion Proposition 3 sponsor. We didn't know if we would get enough signatures for it to be on the ballot, and we did. And then we didn't know, there was uncertainty if we would have enough signatures for it to pass. And Utah voters are compassionate, and we passed Medicaid expansion. And so this was unheard of several years ago. So when we come together, when we work together and vote and make our voices heard, then policies and budgets are changed and we can do it this year too.
You're so right. You're so right. There's so much evidence that Utahns are willing to move off of their traditional patterns. For a generation, Utah had Democratic governors, and yet sometimes there's this notion, Chris, that when we start talking about Democrats, that we're being unnecessarily partisan. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's just not true. Look, we have two parties in our system, and sometimes one party wins, sometimes another wins. It's time for us as Utahns to recognize that we need checks and balances in our system. We need balance in the state house in Utah, and a lot of Utahns out there are feeling ready for change. We have a lot of unemployment, thousands of people out of work, a public health crisis that's being mismanaged both in Washington and in Salt Lake City. This is our year. Let's pull together. Let's fight together. Let's win this thing.
Karina, Chris just said it perfectly. What would you add?
Well, I would add that just as in capitalism, it is more important when we have options, and in our democracy, it's important for us to have options, creativity of thought, new ideas, and Chris and I can offer that on our gubernatorial ticket.
Fantastic. Well, Chris, Karina, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to be with us today. We wish you every success in your race and in your efforts to bring greater balance and a new perspective to Utah.
Thank you, Devin. It's such an honor to be with you today.
All right.
Thanks, Devin.
Let's be bold together.
I'm Devin Thorpe. For the last 8 years, I've been working full-time to eradicate extreme poverty, improve global health, and fight climate change. I've concluded that the best way for me to continue my work is to run for Congress to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District. In Utah, we have common shared values. Those things unite us. I believe passionately in our ability to come together, and I believe that working together, we can solve Utah's problems. I'm Devin Thorpe. I'm a Democrat. I'm running to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District.
I'm
Devin Thorpe, a candidate for Congress, and I approved this message.